Another live stream here on the twitch.tv / the Xisuma, listening to new music today. Amos Roddy with the new soundtrack for the second game drop of the year, which I have been informed with the last one they actually renamed it. So the soundtrack is called Game Drop 2 if you go look it up on Spotify, but that'll probably change. Playing on Hermitcraft today, peeps. Let's log in. Gonna work on the art gallery. And yeah, if you didn't know, Snapshot video came out earlier today. New record disc. We're gonna listen to it a couple of times in the stream. Ah, look at this. Where I logged out, eh? Let's go ahead and set that up. Check me out. Oh, Cub streaming as well. Got me some birch signs. Everyone's been assigned a room. Everyone who's participating has been assigned a room inside of the art gallery, right? What we're going to do is bring the vanilla paintings in today. We've got a noise in the ear straight away. It's LYJ Muju here for 69 months. Teehee, haha. Nice. That's the one they say. God, I went for the wrong thing. Nice. Hi X, how's it going? It's alright. Been a busy day, sort of. Got a lot done. A very productive day. Been working on some big project behind the scenes. Just got loads of stuff done with that. And I don't actually have more to do with that project anymore now. For a while, I think. So yeah, next few days I get to think about what I want to do in my free time. But yeah, I've been busy non-stop otherwise, but that'll change now. I've been wondering, where do paintings go in my system, right? Like, where do they end up? Maybe they all got filtered into here. There's a whole stack there. I just don't recall creating a filter for them somewhere else. Oh, here you go. There it is. There it is. Yo, McClaw1522, thank you for subscribing, my dude. Welcome to the community as a new subscriber. Oh my god, I got the wrong cape on. Oh, I feel humiliated. Wearing the common cape. Just a common peasant I am. As a new subscriber, you get to join our Discord. We played a game of UHC yesterday with some of the peeps in the Discord. It was so much fun. I haven't played a UHC in ages, and it's still really fun to play. I'm looking forward to the next one. But yeah, as a subscriber, you get to join our server and Minecraft server and Discord server community. If that interests you, ask in the chat. Ask in the chat. That's the new way we do it now. Yo, I gotta get my map maker cape back on. Can't be dealing with this common nonsense. Xisuma, is this going to be on the Reddit? Says Felinity. I don't know what you mean. You miss watching UHCs? I didn't make any content out of it. I just played it. It was just really fun. I was on a team with Elliot and Darkermans, and I got a couple of kills. I think we played really well. And then at the end, I made some terrible decisions and lost it for us. By the way, I got a hot cup of tea right here. Good stuff, good stuff. First cup of tea I've had all day. Yo, we got Billman68 for 99 months. I got to write your name down because you're going in the dungeon, my dude. Thank you so much. They're almost 100. That is absolutely incredible, my dude. Nightfall, and welcome to the chat. Let us figure out what we're doing over here. I might need like a chest or double chest at least. So there's all this space on the side that's empty, and then there's all of that building that's empty as well. I mean, I could have maybe spaced out the hermits a bit more. Like, we've got some big rooms over here, but it kind of felt like these should probably be smaller, and I don't know, everyone's in the main building, so just gonna rock and roll and go with it. Now, I want the whole thing to get used, because Kraus has put together such an amazing building, and we can because there is lots and lots of paintings in this game, right? Now, these are all like the 1x1s. Oh no. I was going to say all the 1x1s are first, but maybe not. So, like, why don't we make an art gallery for all of this amazing art as well? I'm sure we're going to lose track of it at some point. That's the one I've selected out of order so far. No, wait, is it? That one was. Okay, because I want to keep track of all of this. Welcome to everyone tuning in and chatting in chat. Your new Snapshot video is really interesting and I love the new song in the game, says Hilma. Yeah, the new song's great. I listened to it loads. I ended up just listening to the soundtrack over and over again while I was editing and making the video and stuff. It takes a long time to edit a Snapshot video. I've like slowly been adding in way more like zoom shots and I don't know, just captures of like the website and stuff, and I kind of think maybe I need to tone it down a little bit because I seem to just get slowed down by all of that. Right, we're up to meditative. This is crazy how many of these there are. Just crazy. I guess we'll have a count by the time we're done with all this. Takana Heaven says Tears is a banger. I happen to agree. It's really good. We'll hear it in a moment. What kind of tea am I drinking? Just English breakfast. How long did it take to edit? This one took like half an hour. Maybe a bit longer. It might not sound like a lot, but when you finished recording and like you want to get the video out, because it's, you know, sort of time sensitive, it all of a sudden it feels like a long time. You love the sound when I'm making a painting. That's the sound of the stonecutter, I believe. Did I stop with that one? Is unpacked in there? No. Yo, how many paintings are in the game now? I feel like never really seen it like quantified like this before. Look at that cheeky B-dub smile, eh? I wonder how B-dubs is getting along with the Nev Hub. Some of y'all were like, spoilers, last time I was checking it out. And I was like, oh, maybe. Ooh, that's the wrong spot. 54 would be the whole chest, right? So like 46? I think there's 46. Interesting. Interesting. Should we like, I don't feel like grouping them by size is a very artsy way of displaying these things, you know? I feel like it's a very pragmatic in a way? I don't know. How long does the whole process take to make your regular 20-minute videos? A Hermitcraft episode is different because it can be a lot more casual. Like, you don't need as many zoom edits, you're not reading websites. It flows better, it's a lot less editing, but then sometimes you do fancy stuff like time lapses and whatnot. I kind of feel like the spot to put... I don't feel like the regular, let's say, less novel paintings should go in this area. I have a feeling that we should put some of the newer ones in this space. And then space them out. And then figure out how we want to and where we want to display these things. I believe that might be like a little bit of a hangover from where me and Corrales were discussing like how you could build a wall to like section off a part of this curved space. One thing we're gonna have to do is get rid of the torches, right? So if we have a look around at the art gallery as a whole and create a list of what we want. I think that's going to work because I know I'm going to want carpets, right? Yo, we got more noises in the air. Yo, it's the 9 gods. 111 months. Legendary status, my dude. That is awesome. Well, actually, isn't like legendary. The next level up, that's like 120. That's like 10 years. Dang. Okay, I retract legendary. Sorry. How cruel of me. How mean. Yeah, like end rods go really well. But carpets is definitely a thing. I was thinking more white carpets, plain carpets. What is Xisuma doing in the art gallery today? I'm doing the art gallery. That's what I'm doing. We got Blue Raven 768 here for 28 months. So a few things have happened in the last month. First thing, you aced your final and got all A's in your classes. I also graduated from college, so I'm officially an adult that has to get a job. Help. Love being part of this amazing community, and I hope you're having a great day. Well done on acing the exams. That is superb. And I don't think I can help you getting a job. I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone who's hiring. But getting a job can be scary, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. I do like the grey carpet. But I'm kind of thinking of like this bit up here, like Corrales and me have this white. But by the way, my area, I feel like my area is way too minimal now. Like after I've seen what other people have done, it feels like it needs something a little bit more. Corrales was going for minimalism as well. I don't know, like not a lot. Like maybe it just needs like a little something on top of here. We'll have a think about it, but it now feels like less. But I reckon picking a wood trapdoor combo makes sense. I reckon we're gonna frame things like this wherever we go. That feels like a good way to do it. Pale oak might be a good shout. So like, we want lights. We know that we got loads of frog lights. Trapdoor / signage. We might skip the signs for the default Minecraft stuff. You just watched the Snapshot video and you think it's cool that the only way to get the record, getting the achievement, is return to sender. I think it's cool. I read a lot of the comments and some people like it, some people don't. With much of the stuff they do and change, I'm just like, yeah, that's fine. But then other stuff, I kind of sometimes think like, do we need to change that? Like the saddles thing, one of the things I kind of like about Minecraft is it's got a lot of quirkiness, and I feel like if they keep making changes like that, it might lose some of its quirkiness when everything becomes craftable, because I'm pretty sure now name tags will be the next thing to become craftable, right? SM Delay says we finally have craftable saddles. We waited so long for such a simple thing. Yeah, it seems good, but I kind of wonder if it'll lose a little bit of charm somehow by making everything in the game like very simple and accessible. You done Return to Sender years ago in a world. I don't think it counts backwards. I think you have to do it again. You agree with the saddle thing. Some people like automation, some don't. Why not have both options available? I wasn't really saying like we should have both options. I was more or less just saying that the game's quirkiness of having a bunch of like different systems that interact in different ways and they don't always conform, like not everything is craftable, not everything is stackable. Sometimes it has charm, I think. Sometimes it's cool that it's like that, you know? And if they keep doing this, I wonder if we lose a little bit of that charm. I think I might go with the pale for this. Also, I tell you what I wanted to put. I wanted to put little bushes. Start bringing some bushes into the art gallery. Specifically these ones. Which I noticed now I don't have a lot of. They're mangrove. They're the wrong type. Dang. Can you get the record more than once, or isn't it linked to the advancement? Yeah, maybe I didn't make it clear in my video. Like, you don't... It's not the advancement. You're doing the same thing as the advancement. I should probably make a note about that. Let me just go... Although, if you think about it, like, if you watch the video, didn't I get the advancement first, and then I went and showed you getting it from the gas, so maybe not. Did you give your thoughts on the new music? We're listening to it now, I like it. It's not struck me as particularly special or like earwormy. It's just reasonable. It's like pretty good ambient, gentle music. That stuff can be very tricky to turn into something earwormy, in my opinion. Candles might have been a really cool thing to put in the room. I'll take some with me. It's very calm, says Vients Maru. Yeah, I listen to a lot of music like this anyway. I've always been a huge fan of ambient music since I like... Probably since before I discovered it. I always had this sense of like music of like environmental music, you know. I kind of cottoned on that like soundtracks to movies that I liked were classical music basically, and they were like those ambient-y tracks in movies, and I was like that sounds great too. And then later on you like learn the language of it and it's called ambient and stuff. Well, that is good. Right, we need some white wool, I think. Not sure we use the glass. We could try and do something interesting and use glass. That's snow. There's lots of concrete in there. Not sure if we've got like an overflow of white wool. Could just go grab some, really. Grab a box, go get some white wool. Name tags did not get a recipe. Name tags did not get a recipe. Tis a little bit more upbeat, you think? Definitely, because compared to this, it's got, you know, rhythm and energy about it. Ambient music can be very comforting and calming. Yes, and there was a study done on its effects on like human psychology and stuff, right? And the song they cited was called Weightless by... If you search Weightless on Spotify and you see it's like Macron Union or something is the name of the artist. Like, I'm not getting it right, but that'll hopefully help you pick out the right track. Like that was part of a study where they showed it like has a physiological effect on people to listen to that type of music. It's progressing, people. It's progressing. Okay, here's the new track. It slaps. I love it. I think this is where our sheep farm is here. Macaroni Union. As I always say it wrong. Yeah, macaroni, it just feels like such a playful, kind of cheeky word, even though it's just a pasta. Like, my mind sort of thinks it couldn't be that, but it is that. Minecraft music C14 is very nostalgic, even though you turned it down last time. Do you mean turn down the volume? B-Dubs is always cooking in the Nether Hub. Oh yeah, he's been grinding away over there. Maddie says this new song is so good. Yeah, I love it. They've taken the gas sound and just like pitched it and messed with it and turned it into a bunch of instruments and laid it up. Like that melody right there popping out. That little high-pitched melody. I wouldn't be surprised if that was like a gas sound that had just sort of been pitched up. I don't think it is though, it doesn't sound like it, but you know, I wouldn't be surprised. Which is my favourite song of the new soundtrack? Definitely the record disc. The rest of them are a little too light. All right, so I'm kind of looking at this space like we're gonna probably just emulate what I did already because I really like that. I say emulate, like not exactly. This feels like a spot for like a 3x4. And then we just do something like this. Also, I really liked the bamboo. I'm not so sure I like that actually. Oh, we'll probably go with it. We'll probably stick with it. Then we're gonna do, you know, 3 up the top eventually. I should have grabbed one of the paintings, right? Ah, now the wall, those I want to mess with in a second. I could stay over here. I could stay over here. It's always the never tracks that's a bop, says Blooming Cow. Yeah, Pig Step and now this one. That's a special one right there, I feel like. I think one of the ones I was thinking of was like one of the new ones they added, like a 4x3 from there. They must have had one. You know, I was just starting to think which way around is it, 4x3, but then we haven't even seen one to begin with. I think it's width first. Yeah, it's definitely width first. So we need a 4 on the second one. That might be the only 4x3. Oh, there's another one. Okay then. For some reason you can't hear the gasp being a cat, but my friend who's never played Minecraft heard it as a cat noise instantly. It is indeed a cat noise, yeah. See, that is such a nice spot for that, right? Then over here it feels like there's space for a 4x4. Kinda maybe need to figure out like how many of these do we want and how and where do we want them? Do I want to see them when I'm looking that way as well? It might make sense to not put them on this side and put like benches and stuff here and look into these spaces. I think that could end up working better in terms of spacing it out a bit. If I was asked to make a song for Minecraft, what would you call it? I feel like that would come last. I feel like what would the song be and all that kind of stuff first. I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could write. I mean, I guess the problem is the sort of instruments that I would want aren't ones I'm very well versed with creating. Like the ambient stuff is just like a whole wheelhouse that I haven't really like delved into too much. It's different to composing on a guitar. I mean, you can come up with some melodies and stuff on a guitar, but then you need to know how to create all the instruments and sounds and stuff. Yo, Aprover, thank you for 69 months, my dude. Nice. See, I got it right that time. And yo, Angel Crossing, thank you for using the Prime. Thanks for subscribing to the channel as a subscriber. You can join our equivalent of a Patreon server. You can join our Discord servers where they got access to tunnel rats and people hang out on a regular basis. If any of that sounds cool to you, you want to become a part of our community, just ask in chat, they'll point you in the right direction. See, this is such a big space in comparison. I feel like you could put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 again, and another 6. That might be kind of easy to break down, like 4 rows of 6 in here. And maybe this is better for like the 2x2s and the 1x1s. Dude, you could really go deep on this and like overthink how much you want to like arrange and organize all of this, right? It's essentially what I'm trying to avoid is doing that, but at the same time, also just got to do something. Can it all just be random? Wait, did I say 2x2s? Yeah, I was looking for 2x2s. There's a whole bunch of 2x2s down here. There's another one. Dude, I think I will not be able to do this artistically. I think I'll literally have to come in here and like group them up by size and then split them up based on that. My brain will just refuse to do anything else unless there's some sort of rhyme or reason behind it. I can tell now. Like, what's the point? What's the point of even trying to pretend? It's all gonna get organized. So let's do that. Okay, 4x4s are going over here at the moment. And we've got the 3x3s. So I reckon this will work if we just group them up a little bit. I'm gonna take out the 1x1s. I think we'll put all the 1x1s in the other area to begin with. I mean, this way I can really just move stuff around and start to figure it out, so that's good. Okay, right, so we got 4x4s. There's another 4x4. I want everything down the bottom here to be a, how would you say it, a not square image, right? So we get all our square images up there. There's another 3x3. And another one. And another one. Dang. Okay, 2x2s. There's a few more of them. Then you got loads of 3x3s with a 4x4. There's a 4x2s. We don't want them in that area. Okay, so look at this. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and we've got 4 rooms. So what if we went and put a 4x4 in each room, accompanied by a 3x3? Okay, then let's move these 3x3s down here. So 4x4s, 3x3s, then we can do 2x2s. And this is where we start running out. There's not an even amount, it's going to drive me nuts. Bear says, "Okay, I have returned." Sorry, we're gonna have to rest that. We're gonna have to retire that one soon, aren't we? It's lost its legs. Bear says, "Joke's old now." Yeah, okay. Smoker Bear is back. Yeah, it's old. It's old. We need a new voice. What's Cub up to? Evo just logs in, drops a message, and drops out. Oh, Cub's streaming, isn't he? That might have something to do with it. Right, there's like 4 2x1s, okay? So they all get to go in. Oh god, no, I need one more. Oh, thank goodness. Stupid brain. Oh, everything's got to be even. 2x2s. There's like 3 2x2s. I need one more. 2x1s, 4x2s. Maybe there's enough of those. Oh my god, there might be. Oh, there is. Right, didn't I say 6 in each one? So if we can find some more 1x2s... Oh, there's not going to be enough, is there? That's fine, because in my inventory, we got all the one... Oh, we got a 3x4. We got all the 1x1s, so every room gets a 1x1 as well. Brilliant. We have decided which ones are going over in this space. However, I will say that might be a bit much overall, considering this one's probably a bit bigger than the other size. Let's do that. I think that's going to be easier. So 7 go in each of these rooms. All right. All right. You don't usually watch streams. The last one you watched was Jimmy and Scars from the charity event. Well, welcome to another stream. Welcome to another stream, my dude. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. Basically 18 paintings. Interesting. That's numbers I can work with. That's 9 per side. So let's try and like visualize that a bit. We've got to put, I think, 1 there and here. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 8 and 9, sort of around there. On this side it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, somewhere around here 7, and then 8 there. 9 here. I think that works. I think that just about spreads stuff out. Feels like maybe we could have done with a little bit more here. What we could do is maybe... Maybe we should not put it on this back wall and have like 1 there and there. Eli says, X streams are the highlight of my day, except killing him. That was better. I imagine that probably was. Will I consider playing Undertale on stream? Probably not. Probably not. What did we do on the opposite side? Did we have like 2 front and back? Remember, you can add freestanding walls in the middle of the big rooms to get more painting space, X's Callie. Yeah, I plan on doing that. Again, I think like on the opposite side, it might just be better to like walk in and face what you want to see. Right, I think the 1x1s might be another good thing to figure out. Like, look at this taking up all my inventory space. There's not actually any 1x1s here. There's a couple of 2x1s, 1x2s. Any 2x1s actually? 1 2x1 and a couple of 2x2s. Another 1x2 there. Right, I think I'm going to start with these. Yeah, oh man, I am a fusspot with this game. Always wondering about what way to put the blocks around and stuff, changing my mind. I do have some white concrete. We need more of that for the walls. It's like over here we've got a couple of 2x2s, right? So something like that. Come back here a little bit. Have the next one about there. Maybe here. You love that I'm adding the vanilla paintings to the gallery as well. Such a good thought, says Wandering Mouse. Elaborate, my dude. Tell me more about why you like that. In fact, if anyone else likes that, tell me why. I feel like there's something interesting. I feel like there will be interesting answers to that thought, basically. He's psychoanalyzing us. No, I just realized that like it is a cool thing to put the vanilla paintings in as well. I'm just kind of curious as to like what that makes you feel. It feels like it fits in. It expands the gallery to fill the space, and it makes sense. It adds a vanilla dimension to the gallery. Yes. You think it makes it feel more real and full? Awesome. I will admit the motivation was just to fill up the space, right? Like, this thing was a little too big. Had maybe a couple more hermits participated sooner, and we like spreaded things out a little more to begin with, we could have filled up all the space. But coordinating that kind of stuff can be tricky sometimes, really tricky. So yeah, so that, you know, I ended up making sure that we filled this building up, and then that leaves us with this area to do, to like put the vanilla stuff in. But hey, it's great to have it. You guess the paintings are rarely put front and center as actual art as well. That is also true, yeah. Like, if you came on here, I mean, do you even need to know much about Hermitcraft to come on here? Like, you come on here, and you just check this out, and it's like, you know, it's like an art gallery. I'm getting this feeling like maybe we shouldn't put them on both sides of the room. And I think it would make sense that this side didn't have anything on. This is where I think we need benches and bushes. So if we were to take that and put it like around here, and then we would have that one move to this wall. Like, I reckon we could start to space it out much nicer. By the way, we've been streaming for like half an hour, and ooh, I'm not sure that I moved this one. So like, I think we'll have a third one in this area somewhere. I was kind of thinking this could be painfully slow, but let's keep track of it, because when we get to the end, I think it will be like very gratifying to have successfully put in all of these paintings. Like, we'll get to look back and be like, there you go. So I just took off 2 more. I feel like maybe we'll put those 2 here, because this thing kind of blocks you having a bench there. Right, and are we going to go... Oh, I might have made the mistake of not counting this one. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 15, 16, 17, 18 is that one. Oh, so I did count it. Okay. But paintings are both sides of norm in a gallery / museum, says Anti-Brin. I've been to a fair few art galleries and paintings, and you tend to have enough space that you put things on both sides, but then it doesn't feel like there's quite enough space here. I mean, maybe this one actually goes over here, or like there. Grimes says, "Why do you like music so much? Love listening to me yap about music." I mean, it's just in my bones. What can I say? Like, yeah, it's just a part of me. I feel like this one would just be absolutely perfect here, and I could dilly-dally all day. But we should probably just go with these trapdoors. I feel like I got it so right with the bamboo, but I don't want the rest of it to just emulate what I did in my own space, you know? Maybe mangrove might work. Oh, do you know why it fits? It's because it matches the frog lamp texture, right? Got that frog lamp texture back there. You've been an on and off subscriber for a while, and you're so glad you could make it to fit a stream into your busy schedule. Thank you for providing an opportunity for all of us lonely Minecrafters to have a server to call home on LPM4. This is Howdy Doody. I'm glad to do so, but also, you know, it's the admins and the mods over there making that stuff happen too. We also got Natch Crowler 806 coming in with the Prime. Thank you for subscribing, my dude. As a Prime subscriber, you get access to our Discord server, our community servers, the equivalent of our Minecraft Patreon server. If you're interested, let the peeps know in chat, they'll hook you up. There are 2 types of museums, those with benches which are forbidden to sit on, and those with benches that are allowed to sit on. What about the ones without benches? What about those suckers? Frogolite plus bamboo is a really strong texture combo. That's the problem. That being said, okay, we might have just had a minor brave wave. Brave wave? Oh my god, the words. The words are happening today, peeps. They are articulate and artistic, these words. Articulate and artistic. Wings are good, wings are good. Why is my helmet not on? It's because every time I press F5, I'm like, I don't want to see that helmet. It's in this guy right here. What a helmet! Oh my god. X, you're such a helmet. Jeez. Hey, this Crimson Trapdoors might be good here, but we got the mangrove, right? Oh my god, it's going to be the very last one I click on. Literally. So these trapdoors, right? Look, I got loads of this to make more. These trapdoors will probably synergize pretty well with different shroom light. The only thing is I've got like loads of one type. Oh my god, I can't wait to build the next iteration of the storage system. They're going to go well with the pearlescent ones, but I'm going to have to go buy more of them if they're even on sale. You have a helmet on top of your helmet. Not only am I a helmet... Wait, no, I'm not calling myself a helmet. Dang it! Okay, I called myself a helmet. I'm a helmet that wears a helmet and a helmet on top of that helmet. There's so much helmet going on, it's ridiculous. Yo, DJ Eccles, thank you so much for 78 months. Appreciate the support, my dude. Hope you're enjoying the stream, having a good time, all that good stuff. Thank you for continuing your amazing support. He's a helmet, says SM Delay. Don't! Oh, what have I started, eh? What have I started? I can live with that. I can live with that. That is where... Right, we have to proceed. It's been too long. Art can be very fussy. You know what? I think every Minecrafter has like a building fussiness level. And I would love to know what my level is and what other people's are. Okay? You know, is it an actually quantifiable thing? Probably not. But as a thought experiment, I want to know how fussy I am. Hey! That'll do. That'll do. That's really good, actually. Then, like... maybe. Maybe not. We'll come back to that. Lord Helmet from Spaceballs. Is there a character called Lord Helmet? That's... Oh my god, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. Alright. Right, we've got like 4 1x2s here, which just screams put them in a row, but... You know how that goes. What other shapes and sizes do we have? Like, I feel like we should probably start with the big ones so that we can get them spaced out a little bit. Like, that 4x3, I think, should go on the opposite size because it really complements the space in that room. Then we've got a 4x4 and a 3x3. A couple of multiple 3x3s. Dang, so many. Don't have any 1x1s. Don't have any 1x1s. Let's find out where the big ones go then. 4x4s, 3x3s, and all in between. Xisuma? Lord Buckethead. You know who Buckethead is, right? I mean... I'm not going to say no to being called Buckethead. I'd consider that a compliment. But this Lord Buckethead, well, I don't know much about that. That's like a 4, and then this is like... Oh, why does it have to be one more on that side? Since we're going to have a painting over there, I feel like it has to shimmy this way. The other room was perfectly even, wasn't it? What I could do is sneak in a little wall along here and make it perfect, but that would just be mad at this point. Like, why does the mind demand so much symmetry of our building? It's like tyrannical symmetry. Oh my god, that just sounds absurd. Tyrannical symmetry. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Don't play innocent. You know exactly what I mean. That's the song name. Tyrannical Symmetry. Almost. Maybe if you play like math metal. Play a bit of mathcore. Is that the right one? Yeah. Yo, that's a good place to put that one. Very nice framing. I'm now quite curious. I wonder if any Minecrafter has ever like looked at these paintings and thought, let's build an art gallery. I'm pretty sure someone would have. There's no way, with how long this game's been around for, there's someone... Who's that? Who go there? I see a name tag over yonder. I feel like they might have spotted me. I need to stand up. The sun is going down. It's getting cooler. Thank goodness. Whew. Boy, this hot weather is something, right? It is something. Yo, look, see? Look, we've attracted someone. Where's my voice control at?
Good evening, Xisuma.
Hey, Red.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up?
I can hear myself through your microphone.
Nah, not anymore.
Oh,
It's
you
all a
fixed
lie.
it. Nice. Nice.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's going on?
Dude, I'm building an art gallery down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. How's it going?
Chat has been talking about how like the paintings never really get used for an art gallery in this game.
No, they never do they?
No, and now I'm over here just like doing an actual art gallery for them, which is kind of cool.
That's epic, man. I love the frame. The frame looks really cool.
It's nice, yeah. That's actually on the painting itself, right? Like there's a pixel border to it.
Oh yeah, there's a frame on the painting too. That's cool. Speaking of the art gallery, dude, I'm about to like start a time lapse thing of something I'm doing.
Ooh.
I just want to make sure I'm not impeding on your zone.
Oh, dude,
here.
There's no
Come
spoilers over here or anything. Let's see what you're up to. I saw one of your stream titles was about a land grab.
Yeah.
And I tuned in, and you were just talking for ages, and I was like, okay.
Talking for ages.
Now, the talking was good. I was listening to it, but
yeah.
This is your land
No,
grab
I was going to
area.
grab the land, but then Cleo and Scar came over, and we talked for like 2 hours. You know, that's just standard Hermitcraft, right?
Pretty much.
So yeah, this is going to be the land that I'm yoinking
Nice.
over here. So it's going to come all the way to... Well, I've just laid the blocks now, but I'm thinking like all the way to here somewhere. Is that okay?
Yes.
You don't have any
totally fine.
plans here in front of the gallery entrance?
I have no plans. Unless you want to hook up... Are you going to do your walls?
Yeah, we're going to put the walls up.
Yeah, if you want to put an entrance like here-ish, like connecting together.
Oh, this could be the main entrance of the base.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That would be very
That could be
fancy.
cool. Because this is like a crossroad over here.
It is now, yeah. Yeah, totally.
I love that, dude.
How
Nice.
far back in that direction are you going?
I'm going to go all the way to Falses River.
Oh, that is huge. You're like doubling the size of your base.
Nah. Well, I want to put like a big storage facility here. So I need which is going to come all the way to here where this block is, right? And then a little bit more space on this side for like a forest or something cool like that. So
That's awesome. Dude,
Yeah.
I could do with a new storage system. I've outgrown mine.
yeah, I still have my little diddly one from the beginning. So I need a bigger one ASAP.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stick it over here.
You're also going to need like a lot of packed mud, right?
Yeah, tons of packed mud. Mm-hmm.
You know who could help you
Why?
out with
What
that?
you got?
I got an automated packed mud farm.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, in Loglands.
Oh,
You can
nice.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to save yourself a grind, feel free to take some.
Oh, that'd be amazing. I do have like some, but probably not enough to cover this whole area.
Yeah, I can help you
That
out.
would be very useful. Thank you, my friend. That'd be awesome.
Dude, you're going to have such a massive base when you expand.
Yeah.
It's
I
gonna be
mean,
awesome.
I kind of run out of space on the inside. I can't there's no more space for anything
That's true.
big.
Yeah.
It's only like trees and stuff, space for trees and stuff. So we must expand, X. We must.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's going to be great.
So that's the plan. Okay, well, it's good to know that I'm not like getting in the way of anything. So that's good.
Nah, not at all. This space is like dying to have something in it, I think.
Yeah, it's like a no man's land over here, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I thought it'd be quite a nice way to link like the spawn and the gallery and then my base and then, you know. this whole little area gets completed.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
I just remembered I was going to send you a video earlier today. I just didn't get around to it, what with Snapshot and stuff. There's a channel that I watch, and they do this really interesting content called Train Records, but like wreck with a W. So it's all about like records that were like a calamity in someone's career. You know, like they're at the top of their game and then they just released this awful record or something.
Like Untouchables, for example.
Yo, did you just say that was what? Corn Untouchables.
Just throw in some shaded corn.
Yo, that is their best record. What are you talking about?
No, dude, there is no ways you can say that with a straight face. Come on now, you know that is 100%
nonsense. Serious. That is my favorite Corn record. The way Jonathan Davis sings on that record is his absolute best performance out of all of them.
I'll give you that. His vocals are top notch on Untouchables. Sure. But dude, better than Issues? Come on.
I like it. For me, it was the first Corn record that I've got fully and like listened to all the way through. So
okay,
I
that's
have that
fair.
bias, but like I think it's a cracking record.
Yeah,
But,
no, it is great.
Let's talk about.
You know what annoys me though, dude? There's 2 songs on that album that like have exactly the same riff, and that's always annoyed me.
Considering how many like 1-0 riffs Corn have written, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, the one that goes you know, like for
That's the opening one, yeah.
The opening track, and then like 6 tracks later, it's the same riff again.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the song is, but yeah, that always annoyed me.
But yeah, so this guy on this channel, he makes videos on like albums that were a wreck. They're such fun to watch, and he did one on Limp Bizkit's Results May Vary, and I reckon you'll get a right kick out of watching it. Get a dose of nostalgia. It's funny. There's loads of jokes. He goes deep on that record, and it is like really insightful as well.
That sounds awesome, man.
It was a good watch.
That's a good shot on the biscuit too.
Yeah, that record is terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't listen to it when it came out, and I don't think I've ever actually listened to it through. You know, without like being like, oh, skip this track.
Yeah.
Oh, Todd in the Shadows. My someone in my chat has shouted out the person. If you want to look it up, Todd in the Shadows. Otherwise, I'll just drop you.
Todd in the Shadows. Go on, write that down.
That's the guy's channel. I'm kind of new to his stuff, so like the name hasn't stuck. But
sweet, dude.
Dude makes great videos on music.
That sounds really interesting. And
yeah, it's a really cool concept. Like,
it's fascinating because it makes me want to look at bands where they have like a fall off record, but then they like bring it back, you know?
Yeah. So sometimes bands like bad albums can be interesting too, right?
Yeah.
Like you remember when you were young and everything had to be like hard and heavy, and then I don't know, like I used to hate Metallica's Load and Reload.
Yep.
And now I've gone back and listened to it again. I'm like, these records are really good. I mean,
yeah, actually not too bad.
Metallica are great musicians, and they really tried to like find a new voice for themselves, and I think they found it with those records.
But dude, we could there's no ways we could ever say that Saint Anger is anything but absolute garbage.
You mean
hot
Saint
garbage.
Masterpiece?
An album where the drums were recorded in a bathroom.
Yeah,
horrible.
As terrible as that record is, I do have some love for it because I kind of enjoyed some of it at the time.
I like some of I like some of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hate it all. Yeah.
It was like you know, it came out and you're like, oh, this is our generation's Metallica record, yeah. And then after a while, you're like, oh, it kind of sucks.
Oh man, yeah. It just hurt to listen to, like literally, like it hurt the ears to listen to it. You know, like it was just produced in such a horrendous fashion. Horrible.
Yeah. I mean, Lars like down-tuned his snare, like you said, the snare, the drums.
It wasn't even a snare. It sounded like he was hitting like a you know, like those sandcastle those plastic things that you make sandcastles out of. It sounds like he's whacking that.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah, like a bucket. Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Just whacking a bucket, dude.
Man, the lyrics are pretty poor as well.
Yeah. Bless them. They tried.
They tried.
But, you know...
Do you think like that record and Results May Vary, like, do you think there's like a record label requirement that makes that happen? Because after hearing about Results May Vary, it's like, it's quite clear that at some point in making that record, they're exhausted, they got no ideas, they're musically bankrupt, but they're still trying to make this record anyway. And they're having like meetings with the record label executive, right? Do you think there's like an element of that? Like they're contractually
Definitely.
obliged?
I think what happens, and I'll use Deftones as a good example, right? I think what happens is like a young band gets signed, and they're on the up and up, and the dream is coming to life, right? And so they sign a deal that's like 5 records deep or whatever.
Records,
I think Deftones did 4 or 5. I think it was 5. And
dang, they managed to pull through though, right?
Well, I mean, I would say for Deftones, like Saturday Night Wrist is the beginning of a decline, which they pulled it out though. They came out the other side because I think Gore was after that, right?
Gore's a little later. It goes Saturday Night Wrist, then wasn't it Diamond Eyes next?
Oh yeah, Diamond Eyes was next.
And then the Japanese named one, which is my absolute favorite.
Koino Can or whatever. Yeah, that one's really, really good. I don't know. I think actually I remember watching an interview with Chino, I think, about Saturday Night Wrist, and I think they were really tired at this point. Plus they'd made it already, right?
Yeah.
Like White Pony was a massive hit. Deftones self-titled was massive. And then they were still obligated to make like another one.
Yeah.
And I think if this happens, like it does strain your motivation, I suppose, you know, like
that's a fascinating like part of it that you don't really see or hear like as you listen. You know, like album comes out, you know, as they do with these bands. But then do you ever stop and think like, was this album like written by inspiration or by like a deadline?
Yeah, like by contract, right?
And sometimes like those records can be great even though they're written to like meet a deadline or something. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, I think hold on. Do you know the Chevelle record Sci-Fi Crimes?
I don't, but I've listened and really enjoyed a couple of their records. Don't they sound a fair bit like Tool, or like they're of that kind of like scene or inspired by that kind of thing?
Definitely heavily influenced by Tool for sure.
Yeah.
And that whole era, right?
Alternative 90s. Yeah.
If I'm going to recommend any Chevelle record, it is going to be this one. And I'll try and explain why. I've always been a big Chevelle fan, like all the hits, you know.
What's the name of it?
You know, they Sci-Fi Crimes.
I'm pretty sure that is not the one that I've listened to, but I've definitely listened.
No, it's probably not. This is the thing, Najit. So this is what makes this record so fascinating. So Chevelle had some really big albums, right? Wonder What's Next, this type of thinking. These were like really huge hits in the early 2000s, like the Red, you know, all these songs, right? All these Chevelle songs. And then they released a record called Venacero, which is actually one of my favorites also. But they were getting more polished and more polished and more polished because they were selling out shows, and the label wanted them to like become like a massive new metal band. So, you know, they were pumping money into them or whatever. I guess that's what was happening. And so Venacero, when you listen to it, you can hear that it's like ultra polished, right? Almost to the point where like there's zero dynamics in the production. It's all just one volume. It's all just been hyper condensed. It's like the riffs and the music is epic, but like the soul kind of got sucked out of it, right? And the band like recognized this, and at this point they were really successful, and they decided to make Sci-Fi Crimes like an art project, and they recorded a lot of it like old school style, from what I've read. They wanted the record to sound like a show. So instead of doing like they were recording together as a band, like in the studio. You know, they weren't doing like, they were obviously doing layered re-recordings and so on, but they were trying to like be a much more organic band, to sound like a more real band, I suppose, in that album. And so this album for them was like a love project. They weren't trying to make hits. They weren't trying to get on the radio. They were trying to like reconnect with their roots as a band. And this is, if you speak to any Chevelle fan, this is what makes this album probably the best album they ever made, and in my opinion, one of the best like metal albums of that era. It's absolutely amazing. It's so good.
I'm putting it on my list, man. I'm gonna give it a go. I know.
Yeah, take some time though.
It's got some.
You got to give it a couple
dude.
spins, dude. You can't just give one spin.
No. I always give things like multiple spins. I've got another record on my list right now where like the first 3 spins I was like not into it, but then that familiarity sets in. You start to feel the songs a bit more, and then I was like, okay, I'm getting pulled into this one now. I'll always give a record like 2 or 3 spins minimum. You've got to.
What was that? Which was the one that did this?
Oh, I don't know if I'd recommend it really. I'm gonna have to pull up Spotify because I'm really bad with like names casually. Like I can't just like look at something and then remember it. I have to like try and like imprint it into my brain. They're called Magdalena Bay.
Okay.
They're kind of like prog, sort of like moderny prog rock, prog metal, synth prog. Like you can just hear loads of like 90s alternative in their music and like influences from electronic scenes and stuff. I was listening to their latest record and it just really took me like a couple of goes to get it, but I kind of got there. And now it's like the songs come around, you're like, oh, I like this one, and this one's got that bit, and then it starts to like settle in a little bit, which is nice.
Dude, I've been re-delving a bit into Prodigy, for some reason.
Oh, classic.
Like YouTube started to send me like live shows, bro. Prodigy live in that band's prime, they were nuts. The energy was insane.
Dude, when I saw them live at Wembley, like. There's 2 singers. It's like the second guy. Keith is the main guy. The second guy just started like doing his bit on Diesel or whatever, and was like climbing across like the balconies through the crowd and stuff, and it was just it was bonkers.
Dude, he walks onto the stage, and every eye in the entire place is on him. He's that sort of front man. Like he just takes control. You cannot take your eyes off of him. He's incredible, man. That band was so good live. Yeah, I saw them once at Sonosphere, but I didn't. I was like way at the back, and there was a wind blowing, and like the sound was like a complete mess, you know.
Yeah, I would have been at Sonosphere. I went to every Sonosphere in the UK.
Oh, sweet.
And
yeah, we're probably watching Prodigy together, bro.
Yeah, I just trying to think, like, I feel like I would remember that more than the second time I saw him, because that would have been the first.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've got them on a list somewhere if I saw them. But dude, that like their sounds, that like aggressiveness that they have, that somehow just became part of like popular British UK culture, right? Like you can go anywhere and play the Prodigy and people know it. Like that's they're not quite labeled with this, but are you aware of like the genre called big beat, which is like Fatboy Slim? I think it's in the name, right? Big beat. It's sort of like this post trip hop hip hop take.
Yeah, it's like a
on the slamming drums,
like the slamming drums. Yeah.
You dude, go look up like big beat and like dive into some of the names, and you will just find loads of stuff that's like the Prodigy and Fatboy Slim that is just awesome.
Oh, that's so cool. Yeah. It was a great time in that electronic industrial area of music, you know? And I think that was all influenced by Nine Inch Nails, you know, like Trent Reznor set something alight in the early 90s.
Those roots are like in like,
oh, they go even deeper?
Yeah, like it's kind of like post Chicago house. You have like an explosion of subgenres in the UK South, down in like Bristol and Brighton and places like that. All these like techno and trip hop and all these little like subgenres, like right at the beginning of the 90s, that like kind of inform that later sound when you get stuff like the Chemical Brothers and Fatboy Slim and all these like big names from the 90s, right?
Yeah. So cool, man.
Yeah.
I wish I could have seen Prodigy in like a small venue in London or Bristol, or like some really grimy
Yeah, that would have been
venue,
sweet.
you know, with 500 people in there. You know, oh man, it would have been so good.
There's a curious parallel I noticed though with like the 90s having more like aggression in it and stuff like The Prodigy and Fatboy Slim being like chart-topping music. Also, like when nu metal became big, right? Like, how did aggression become so popular at that point in time, and then just drop off of a cliff in the early?
Such a good question.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting. But yeah, dude, I see Sleep Token are opening at download this year.
Yeah.
I am so curious how they'll handle like. Have they ever played to such a big audience before? I'm not sure.
This is.
I think this might be their biggest show, right?
Yeah, it's a huge step up for them, and I'm really liking their new records. That one again,
yeah, me
like
too.
first couple of spins, I didn't quite get it, but now it's starting to like seep in and really enjoying it.
Yeah.
I have this horrible feeling that they might get bottled or something like that because.
Oh, you reckon that would be so sad? They're
really
amazing.
Hope that isn't that way because when I was young. And I was probably more akin to being one of those arseholes, you know. I remember Korn playing in the tent at Download, and then everyone who came out were like, right, we're going to go rush My Chemical Romance in this. Like, it was just like this unspoken thing. Everyone kind of like ran out of the tent and was like grabbing bottles and getting ready to go at like the My Chemical Romance kids. And it was completely pathetic and sad. And when everyone got there, they had deliberately done a shorter set and got them out of there like 10 minutes early.
Dude, I was there.
Smart.
It was so sad. I was watching Korn.
Yeah.
Like in the small tent.
I was in there too, man.
Yeah, bro.
I passed out during Blind. I was moshing and then I was just like on the floor and then got back up again. I was like, what?
Oh my god, that's so funny. Yeah, you know they might. That would be so sad though. But Download has tamed a bit. I think if you look at the lineups for the last couple of years, it's definitely tamed a bit.
Like that was almost 20 years ago, right? Like, or maybe closer to 15. Like, I think people generally are much broader with their taste, and I'm hoping they'll be accepted. You know. And
the thing is, like, I mean, Sleep Token's drummer is a true genius. Like, he is an incredible musician.
Yeah.
You know, say what you will about the showmanship and all that stuff. You just put that aside and you just watch these kids play. They are amazing. I mean, he's an incredible vocalist too. Like, they're actually insane talent.
Totally.
They're awesome, man. So I'm actually thinking about just going for the day because I'm not that excited about the other headliners. Not enough to go camp in the filth. You know.
Have you ever done the rest in peace thing?
No. Oh, is it? No, I haven't. I always go the grimy route because it's cheaper, you know.
I think I was actually in disabled camping with a friend, but it was like basically next to Rest in Peace, and was like the same sort of vibe. And oh my god, like the temperament is so different. Like everyone's there to get a good night's sleep, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas camping back in, oh my god, so wild.
Well, the last time I went to Download, I was trying to sleep, and then someone threw a gas canister, you know, like a cooker canister, into our fire pit.
Oh, dude, what the heck?
Yeah, they were throwing them into, like, there was explosions going off all over the place. It was really crazy, dude. But check it out. This year's lineup: Green Day on Friday. It's pretty sweet, and Weezer. That's pretty cool. Then on Saturday is Sleep Token, and nothing else that I'm really that interested. But on Sunday is Korn headlining, Meshuggah on the same stage, Steel Panther earlier in the day too.
Did you just say Meshuggah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Meshuggah on the main stage on Sunday, dude. Korn and Meshuggah, like Sleep Token, Korn, Meshuggah. I mean, that's almost enough to get me there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, that's pretty sick.
Yo, Meshuggah should have been like way up on these bills a lot earlier in their career.
I agree.
They've been chronically overlooked. But then again,
dude, that's so funny. I've been getting into Meshuggah this year. Like, I always liked them, but I never really listened to them properly. Man, that band is amazing.
Yeah. How deep have you gone on their like old records and stuff?
Because the catalog is so big, what I've been doing is I've been randoming like the entire catalog and then playlisting the songs that I really like. So You know what I mean? So like, I'm not going record by record. I'm going like song by song, and then I'm gonna dig deeper as I choose the songs that I really, really like.
You should listen to Catch 33 in its entirety. That's one record you should listen to start to back. I think it's their best record, but it is actually one entire song. And
oh wow!
You might notice, like when you play some of the songs of that record, it just absolutely starts, like it's in the middle of something, and that's because it's like one big song that they chopped up.
Wow, that's so nuts.
Yeah, and,
yeah, it's 2005, right?
There is this like beautiful music theory stuff that you can find online behind it, where people create like visuals for the stuff in the music, right? So there'll be like rotating notations that play along with the beat, and they put them into shapes to show the different like structures that they're using. It's like a beautiful way of visualizing. And I was looking for like more and more of this, and I found that one of the songs on the record is the complete opposite of all of this, and it's my favorite song. I think it's In Life in Life. It's got this just absolutely brilliant bouncy riff that it opens up with, and like everyone who hears it loves memorizing it. But it turns out the entire riff for the song has zero structure. Like it's essentially completely random, one thing to the next. It doesn't actually ever repeat itself. Yet it is just one of the coolest little songs they have in their catalog.
The song that got me like into this Meshuggah spiral was They Move Below from Immutable.
Ooh, yeah, that's a cool
which
track.
is the vocalist one, right?
Yes.
And I was just like chilling. I had it like on rotation on my TV, and I was just like taking some notes and whatever, and I was just listening. And when you take the vocal out and you just listen to the band, you start to hear like the beauty in the melodies and the rhythms. And I was like, oh my god, this is so good.
Yeah, that's one of the weird things about Jens is that like you can kind of like take him out of the track and it would still be just as like interesting, right? Sometimes.
Yeah, but he is so vital though.
Yep.
When you start to listen to some of the other stuff, like he's the glue, you know, that brings the whole like vibe together.
Yeah, he's
dude. I'm very excited about Meshuggah. I just have so much to catch up on, right? And these songs are like so long. So I got a journey ahead of me, bro. I got a journey.
Yeah. A Catch 33 is one big long song.
Sweet, dude. Maybe I'll start there.
Yeah, it's a cracker.
Meshuggah and Prodigy. That's my 2025, dude. Nice.
Awesome. Yeah.
But anyway, we got work to do, X. I could talk about music for 7 years.
Before you go, did you listen to the new Ghost record?
I have not yet, no. It is on the list. Is it good?
I absolutely love it. I think right now it is my favorite Ghost record. It's just a question of like, does it last? Because sometimes like some songs feel like they last forever, and then others like you love them for a while and then they kind of like drop off a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
I can't believe how much I enjoyed it. It kind of feels wrong. Like I don't think critics are out there saying this is their best record, right? But I just absolutely love it. It's pure Ghost. It's just
nice.
100% them. They do a little bit of lighter moments in the record, but yeah, like absolutely love it. So good.
Okay, well I got to put that on the list too, dude. This list is getting long.
Yeah, man.
Bro, now I gotta seriously think about download though.
The lineup's good. I mean, if it's got Meshuggah on it, it's good.
It's too late now though. Like to premiere in or something, it'll all be booked up.
Or you can drive there in the morning, drive home through the night.
I mean, legitimate. Like actually legitimate.
You can do it. Just chug some coffee.
Both days?
On the way back.
'Cause I want to see Meshuggah and Korn too though, but they're going to play only late, right? So like, yeah. Curious.
You should do it.
I got to think about this. Got to check the bank balance too, because that's an expensive weekend.
Dude, the first year I went, I swear the tickets for the whole weekend were like under 100 quid.
Oh, they were 90 quid, I think, 85 or something, right? If I remember. What are they now?
Like 400 or something.
What?
Yeah, it's bonkers.
Okay, well, there goes the dream. You hate to see it, dude.
Yeah, it's a rip.
Wait. Hold on. Let's find out. Yeah. Jeez, 5 nights is like everything's sold out right now. Okay, day tickets for Saturday is £135.
It's ridiculous.
Yikes. What? Ow.
I feel like quite bad for young people. Like, I remember being young, you know, not having any savings, living paycheck to paycheck, and yet I managed to bounce around, go to loads of gigs and concerts, have a good time. And yet these days, it just feels like you get to pick a couple of things a year, perhaps.
Whew.
You know?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, the 3-night general camping is $325. Wow. That's so crazy, dude.
Yeah, it feels like they're squeezing out people. Like, it used to be more of a level playing field. You know, like you got like a ticket, more people could afford that ticket if they wanted to go, right?
Yeah.
And now it's like, you know, there's enough people, more money, that they'll get to go first, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, dude. It's at Donington, right? Yeah. It would be a 5-hour drive, bro. Oh no, that's trains. 2 hours and 40-minute drive. Bro.
You can do that.
Just sleep in the car, dude. in the parking lot. But if you got a car, like you can go stay like in one of the towns close by, right? Yeah, it is. I think so.
Dude, just think, right? It ends at like close to midnight. You're not getting out of the car park straight away, right? Get yourself a coffee, put on the radio, right? Then when you get driving, go to get another coffee, get first station thing. What is it called? Services.
Yeah, like gas station.
You're just chugging coffee until you arrive home, maybe at 6 in the morning, and then you just deal with that. That's the way to do it.
Or you just get a like, even if you get an Airbnb like 20 minutes or 30 minutes away from the venue, right? Like, it's fine. If you have a car, like, it's fine. You can just.
That's true. Yeah.
You just go stay in Nottingham, right? Like, Nottingham's like 20 minutes away or whatever. You
That's
just go stay there.
That's a good shout. Yeah.
Yeah.
You might get something cheap if you like book it the day before as well.
Bro. Like actually legitimately considering this.
I think it's less risk to do that because everything around Donington will be booked well in advance. But then I don't think as many people are thinking like, but I'll drive for half an hour to sleep somewhere. Dude, they got like hotels at the services sometimes as well, right?
Yeah, just find a Premier Inn somewhere, dude, like far away. 20, 30 minutes away, right? It's 50 quid a night or whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. Dude. Sleep token, main stage. Whew, man. And if the weather's nice, oh my god, it'll be actually so sick.
Yeah, I reckon the weather's going to be like it is now, just hot, sunny, clear skies, all the way until the weekend of download, and then the rain clouds are going to come over. I swear that happens every year.
It happens every time. Yeah. It happens every time.
Dude, when I go to download, I get like crazy runny nose and like itchy eye. Not so much
like
from
the dust and the pollen and stuff.
Yeah, it's like something
crazy,
in that area. And every time I go, and now I take like, is it Piriton or something?
Yeah.
I just pop a couple of those before I go. Because I tolerated that for too long.
Jeez, I haven't been to download in so long. It would actually be so cool.
I don't think, if I'm not mistaken, I might have not have been since COVID. So I'm pretty sure I didn't go last year or the year before. So like, I think the last time I went, Tool were playing there, and you had turned me into a Tool fan, right? You turned me into a massive Tool. I was tooling out with my helmet. I was making jokes about having a helmet on earlier. Jeez, okay. Let's not go there. And like I was so getting into their performance because like I really knew all the songs inside out now.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And I just have that memory of like that thing that happens where like you just sort of like lose a sense of yourself and you're just all about the music that you're hearing.
Yep.
I had that with Tool.
The best.
That's I think that was
so
my
good.
last time. I think that's when like I left after that. And that was the last time I was there.
Yeah, I think the last music festival I went to was a Sonosphere that had Nine Inch Nails and Metallica headlining. If I remember
mate,
correctly.
I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I think we went to all the same festivals before we knew each other.
Yep. might have literally like walked past each other or like pushed each other in a mosh
probably.
pit.
Yeah, we're probably moshing next to each other, didn't even know, dude.
You know what? At Download Festival, I always went to the left side of the stage to the front mosh pit. That was like
you went to the front. I was a wuss. I like to be in the middle.
Oh, okay. I always go to the front. I always get as close as I can. I'm just relentless like that. It's just like my
an animal,
mind's just
dude.
like,
Just mosh pit animal.
Get to the front, and I go.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I'll keep you abreast. I have to think about this for quite a long time now. This is how I work, dude. I think about things for at least 3 weeks. I'm the least spontaneous person on the planet.
That's fair enough.
I have to like consider something for a very long time. It's actually so inefficient, dude. It's just the most inefficient way to live. Like, I wish I could just be that person who's like, oh, Download looks awesome. I'm going. Buy the ticket. Boom. I'm going. Done.
I mean, you have to just do it to be it. So like, you could just choose to get your ticket this evening and then deal with the consequences.
No. That's too stressful, dude. I have to think about everything. Everything must be considered from top to bottom.
Stress is good. From the top to the bottom the top, I stop.
Exactly.
What's that, Linkin Park?
It is Linkin Park, yeah. Now you make me want to listen to Hybrid Theory. I love that record so much. It's so good.
I've been listening to this band called Tetrarch, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
It's such an annoying name to remember and spell, but I like tried to memorize it. So Tetrach, Tetrarch, right? They are literally
Tetrarch, yeah.
2016 Korn, the Something of Suffering, right? That approach to like groove and melody with Linkin Park's vocals, Chester Bennington. It is literally those two things together, and it is so good.
I love that Korn record. It's so good.
Go check out the new Tetrarch album.
Okay, hold on.
You will love it. Like I said, it is literally those two things together, and it is awesome. Yeah,
dude, this list is getting intense, dude.
The lyrics are very like, oh, me and my pain, wallow in my misery, this thing inside me, I cannot escape myself. But like, I don't really have a connection to that anymore. But it is so what I used to love when I was a kid, you know.
Me too. That sounds awesome, bro.
Yeah,
awesome.
Trust me, you will love that.
All right.
All right.
Anyway, dude, let's get back to work, eh?
Yep. Back to Minecrafting.
Back to Minecrafting.
Cool.
Nice to chat, though, man. We'll speak again soon.
Sometime soon. All right. Take care, dude. Cool. Awesome. Yo, I love chatting with Ren about the music, man. Always a good time. We had a noise in the ear, by the way. Super Struct for 4 months. Hi, Xisuma. Just wanted to say I love Soulside Eclipse so much. My favorite song has got to be The Curse of the Eclipse. Are you planning on making another album anytime soon? Yo, I've been writing music again. I think a while ago I was kind of in my head. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make a record again. And now I'm more like, I'm just gonna keep making songs and see what happens. Because I've been writing stuff like, oh my god, the other day, dude, this thing just came out of me, right? Like, I start writing these riffs, like I see the drum pattern, and like it pulls together and just makes this awesome little stint of music. But then since then, I've not known what to do with it next, and I realized that this stuff, like, it takes time to nurture a song and figure out where it's got to go and what it's going to be. So, and it kind of comes and goes, and it feels a little bit more like you never know when it's quite going to be there. And if you try, like, I was not trying to force it so much, but I was like, right, I'm gonna I'm gonna do music today, like I'll make the time for it. And then I go sit down and do music, and then like an hour goes by and I haven't really done much because it hasn't quite come to me. And that's okay. But like I realize it's gonna be like that. Like you're just gonna have to like ride the wave whenever it comes. And you're probably not gonna be in control, right? Like it's just gonna happen sometimes. So the thing that I want to do right now is be like, I need to sharpen my tools. I need to practice not to try and get to a song, but to better understand music theory and how I will use different instruments and stuff to get to the end result, right? And I'm trying to find like the learning tools. I'm trying to find resources that will help and will be useful. Haven't really got too far with that yet, but everything I'm saying is like very recently formulated in my mind the last couple of days. So then I've got to, you know, now go and do that, and I'll probably have a little tiny bit of time tomorrow, but Thursday and Friday I'm hoping to get into that groove a little bit more. I want to just start figuring out how to sharpen the knife, you know? You hated music theory when I was doing it. There's parts of it I don't like and parts of it I do. I think at the moment the way I've been doing it is not very practical. I think if I study it when I'm next to a keyboard, I'll probably get along with it a lot more. I struggle to like memorize all of the notes and the layout of the keyboards, and I feel like maybe I need to address that. Like if I can get my head around that a little more, it might come together. But hey, you know, I'm not in a rush exactly. Let's go put a 3x3 over here. I'm gonna do some chronic overthinking about where all this stuff goes, right? That's almost inevitable with me. So like, let's just start placing stuff. Beautiful, beautiful. You hated music theory. Oh, didn't I read that one? That's literally the last one I read. Hilmer says, "What's your favorite music genre?" My favorite music genres are hip hop, black metal, and classical. Those are just the styles of music that I think I've connected with the most. But there's other stuff that's like pretty strong too. Like in more recent years, a lot of like ambient, Sybient, cosmic synth. Dungeon synth would be another one that I really vibed with. Then I absolutely love prog rock, especially like Genesis and some of that era stuff. I'm really quite broad with what I like. You know, variety is the spice of life. Spice of lice. Yeah, that's what it is. Yo, Parababs, thank you for 41 months. Still here and loving every stream. My longest sub on Twitch. Oh, I'm honored, my dude. Thank you for staying subbed. Very cool, very cool. Bill Ward is your fave. Is Bill Ward a jazz pianist? Because there's a jazz pianist called Bill, who's a couple of his albums I've listened to. I love jazz as well. So you've been writing bangers without knowing the names of the notes, says Castle Becky. No, I know the names of the note. What I struggle with is if you said, like, if you pointed at a key on a keyboard and said, what one's that? I'd be like, I don't know. Like, I really need to lock in the fact that the 3 black notes and the 2 black notes should tell me what key I'm looking at, right? And it's the same with the guitar. I don't actually know, like, I don't associate the notes with the sounds. But I know some scales. I couldn't tell you what they are. Just the notes fit together, right? And I can play them in certain areas of the fretboard. It's a bit of a strange thing. I reckon if we have we got like a 2x1 on us? Yeah, 1x2. I reckon if we bring this out a couple of blocks and put one on that wall there, I think it will like feel like it's at home. Although you do enter the area this way. I think we'll just rock and roll with it. There's going to be too much chronic overthinking if I'm not careful. The placement of that one, though, makes me want to shift this one over a little bit, but again, there will be chronic overthinking very easily here. Mehul says, did you like your idea? A better idea instead of this would be to import more custom paintings, fan art of your favourite moments on the server. We have to handle the whole custom stuff with care, and I think at this point, like, if we were to start over or to do the project again, you could probably find other ways of doing what we did, but we did it in a particular way, and it's come to this point, and I don't think like we're gonna push it too much further, right? Like, yeah, there's still more space on the wall, but it's a lot of coordination. I kind of like the idea of putting these two next to each other. I'm going to put them over here. Chronic overthinking is just a lifestyle. Curious. Curious statement. We now need to go buy some of those pearlescent frogolites. What do I think of the band Manskin? I don't think I've listened to Manskin. Yo, Lego 455, thank you for the cheers and bits. Music theory was your favourite class in high school. Awesome, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I would probably enjoy doing a class on it too. I'm just trying to self-teach it at the moment, and it's like I'm a learn by asking kind of person. Like, I need to like prod and poke and move things around and ask questions, and I'm not very good at just like studying something that exists through someone else's language. Where do we get frogolites from? Do I have to play Frogger to get them? I have not actually played Frogger. I will do it at some point. I have to play it before the season's out, right? Wait a minute. Oh, you can buy them with diamonds. Yeah, it's almost criminal of me that I haven't come over here and played this yet. I don't know why. I think when everyone else was playing it competitively, I was just a little bit like, oh, I'm obviously not going to do good, so like, why bother? But I do want to get to this at some point. Oh, lovely. And there come the next lot, and then that lot. Painter here. Same analysis on an artist's work. I have to evaluate techniques, and on purpose that I have no idea what's going on. I just want to paint the dinosaurs in peace. I can understand that, yeah. It seems strange because the mediums are different, but then again, like, art is expression if it's auditory or visual, and then there are different methods and understandings in which to reach that end result, right? You can't relate to us, guys. You like underground artists like Arctic Monkeys joke. Okay. Yeah, Yol, that can do theory for practical stuff is beyond me. Well, when you learn some music theory, you basically learn that this group of notes here together will sound this particular way or that particular way. And so it can inform your choices. So like, if I sit down at a keyboard and start like pressing keys together and stuff, I can find melodies, I can find chords, but I'm just sort of like blindly searching, and you know, I know a few things that I picked up intuitively, and they crop up in the music theory as well. You know, it's you know, this type of chord structure is very common, and it's like, oh well, I've you know, made loads of chords doing that, so it makes sense that I would have found that. But then, if you learn the theory, the idea, I think, is that now you're not as blind. You're not just searching around using your ears. It's like you kind of know a thing or two about how this all fits together, and you can use that to better inform your writing and your expression. Yo, Chimera Dev, 30 months, 30 already. How crazy! Feels like yesterday when I joined. Thanks, Xisuma, and the community for being so nice and welcoming. Dude, 30 months, that's like 2.5 years. It's crazy, man. thank you for joining the community, and I'll see you tomorrow, probably, right? I still have to like you've chronically broken my brain when it comes to like Chimera or Dev. I was doing some studying with like numbers and stuff recently, and it actually helped me a lot with learning the greater than symbol. Right, I now know like the greater than symbol is like a triangle from one side to the other, right? I now know that the bigger number is always on this side. I've kind of like put it in my brain that the side that has the 2 bits, that's the bigger number in what you're talking about. But I have this weird problem in my head where sometimes when something is just an opposite, like my brain can kind of flip it out of reasoning. And there was a saying, I was chatting to someone yesterday about it. I think it was when we were playing UHC. Friendly fire. Right, so you have a game rule called friendly fire for when you're going to attack your teammates. And I always find it like one of the worst phrasings, because if friendly fire is on, does that mean that you can fire upon your friends, or is it friendly to fire upon them as if it won't hurt them? And I think it's the latter. And so you can see how like there's supposed to be a clear logic there, but your brain could flip it. And I feel like my brain does that with a lot of stuff. It's like there's a clear opportunity for something simple, yet my brain just confuses it. Just gets it the wrong way around. And I used to do that with the greater than symbol, but my recent studying has kind of, I feel like, really solidified that, which is very nice. Feels like a little bit of a win, a goal, so to speak. Dude, I'm going to need way more frog lamps. Like, why do I buy so little? We'll probably take 10 trips over there and still won't have enough. Yeah, I've confused you as well now. Brilliant. You understand theory stuff in art, but God, how to use that? I watch, I read, then I look at my things and think, okay, now I need to fit an elephant into a honey jar. Things look harsh. Yeah, the only theory I know about when it comes to art is color theory, but it seems very practical. You can, you know, orange and blue look really great together because they're opposite sides of the color wheel, and that tends to be true of like red and green and other ones. They just have like a natural synergy to them. What about like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2? There's like, I think a 4x4 would fit there, but I've only got one 4x4 left. Let's go see what's going around on the other side. The alphabets in vernacular language that are like the exact opposites to each other, they are most confusing to me, man. Vernacular. Big fancy word. I don't know what you just said, by the way. I don't know what you just said. I legitimately don't know. What's the poll for? There's a poll running? They're trying to show me up. I bet it's about how silly I am. I know how these mods work. They're out to get me. Another JT says, one of the things music color other theories do is give you names for things you might understand intuitively, which does make it easier to communicate. Yes, that's another good component of it, is communication. Communicating ideas clearly. Well, all of those seem to be 2x2s, so if I'm going to put something here... now I'm starting to think maybe don't mess with that wall. I think I'm going to put one on that side and one on that side. I think I might make them both 2x2s. So rather than frame it in the middle, I'm going to sort of put it a little further away from that one. Also, you might notice none of these are going to be positioned more than one block above the ground. I feel like that doesn't make much sense to hang it up higher. You don't know what the poll is for, but you're going to answer yes. Okay, that's helpful. Dev says, I've yet to learn any colour theory properly. I just want to kind of wing it and pray it works when drawing. See what feels wrong. I know what that intuition is like, but I'd say immediately that you might be trying to learn something that someone else has already figured out, and it's like, you know, you could just take a step forward quicker. I feel like I've picked up on some stuff like that with the music theory. Is just like, I'm literally trying to do something someone else had figured out before, right? And with color theory, I think we can all have an appreciation of visual aesthetics. I can easily imagine how there's probably tips and ideas out there for how you can put certain colors together. You know, I would look at it like it's just learning, right? It's just learning more. I don't think it takes anything away from the artistic process. Unless you know, your artistry is devoted to some sort of like purity or whatever, or it has to come from only you. It has to be only your voice. Nothing else can influence it. You know, I like creating music, but do I like singing as well? I love singing. I'm probably terrible at it. Let's go put a 3x3 over here. I feel like this spot is crying for one. Maybe there as well. Like, how many more 3x3s am I gonna want on this side? Art Gamer says, lies, you're not terrible at singing. I don't know. I don't know. You love color theory? It's the most fun one. I like how some colors look in different environments. Started to experiment with Hadam thing. It's so much fun to do something unusual. Pension to hear more of X's beautiful singing. What, are you saving up for retirement? What's going on? Yo, it's the one with the nose. The music in the background reminds you of the soundtrack to Fez. It's the Minecraft soundtrack we're listening to. I still cannot remember the mnemonic piano scales. Okay. Okay, 4x4, 3x3, 3x4. Where do we want to put these paintings? I reckon a 3x4, that would be pretty cool. And in a completely predictable turn of events, I will probably definitely need to head back to the shopping district and get more of these lamps. Yeah, have I got through all of those trapdoors again? Dang, well, I got to take 2 trips now. Grimes says, I love finding clips of Hermit singing. It makes you so happy. Awesome. Can make a compilation video. Someone probably has. Why'd I come back here? Mangrove, that was it. Mangrove. Mangrove, mangrove. Mangrove. Xisuma. Oh dear, no. No Xisuma today. Only spontaneity brings out Xisuma. Is there anything Hermitcraft that hasn't been made a compilation video of? Probably. No one's made a compilation of all the uncompilatable parts. Right? Pretty sure that's the thing. Yo, Etho, I'll tell you what, I'm going to play Frogger once Etho builds the exterior. That's my handshake right there. I'm only going to play Frogger once he's built the exterior. This could easily have a really cool exterior, I think. Yeah, that's okay. We're gonna get 9 lots here. There are lots of random clips. Do those count? Are they compilated? You'll never get to play then. Uh-oh. Does the compilation of all things uncompilable contain itself? I don't know. I don't know. Yo, who's been watching the new Black Mirror season? I've been really enjoying it so far. I think I've watched like 5 episodes. It's hitting a nice kind of rhythm. Like, I like the ideas it comes up with. It feels like the sort of stuff that you could imagine after like listening to a podcast or something. It feels like a lot of it reflects kind of like the Am I getting these here? Yeah, I'm definitely getting them. I feel like a lot of it reflects the kind of discussions you can get in podcasts where people are like speculating about stuff in the future, technology and science and stuff, but then they're kind of like twisted a little bit into horror stories. The first episode in the season was very predictable. Like you could feel each of the twists and turns coming. But then after that, like the rest of the episodes are very intriguing. I really like where they end as well. Like they tend to leave you like you can decide what happened after this kind of thing, right? Which I like. Grimes, you're looking for some Rex. If you want to get into some heavy music, like check out Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory, and listen to some Korn as well. That'll bring you into that realm a little bit. Maybe some Metallica, Master of Puppets, Ride the Lightning. Isn't speculating about future techs in a horror way the entire point of Black Mirror? Or what do you mean exactly for this season, X? This is Callie. Yeah, I think they've toned that down a little bit. Like, I think it's really easy and obvious now to sort of see where technology could go wrong, and so I feel like the ideas in the episodes are a little more open. Not the first episode. The first episode was very like on the nose and obvious. But that's the thing. I think you don't have to go. I don't think you have to fully commit to the horror aspect for it to sort of shine a light on what it's trying to shine a light on with technology, really. Because I think sometimes like some of these dystopian technologies that we're approaching, they might not have like that bad outcomes. It's kind of hard to say. Obviously, I can't speak with certainty. I just feel like it's being negative is very easy. You kind of don't have to do a lot of work to just imagine something destructive. It feels like it's a lot more hard work to imagine or to be positive a lot of the time. Which one's the 2x1? That one there. Do you have any tips on artists that listen to has very deep lyrics, not metal? Probably not, because lyrics are kind of like a bit of hit and miss in my brain. Slipknot is very easy to listen to. I wouldn't recommend it straight away. I mean, it depends about what era of Slipknot as well. Iowa is like basically an extreme metal record. The horror genre can get so diverse, it's sad to see it underutilized, if that makes sense. I agree. I think I think you could do more with horror. It does, like a lot of horror stuff that comes out can stick to the same cliches or whatever, however you want to describe it. And Black Mirror is one of those ones that I think has shown that you can take horror to different places. Doesn't always have to be driven by grisly monsters and stuff, right? I was also watching it and just wondering, like, there's often this subtext that the vibe of all this technology is, you know, horror, dystopian, But what if you like didn't suggest that to the audience? I feel like some of the new Black Mirror episodes kind of go in that direction a little bit too. They're just not so hard on the horror aspect, which is good. Gore horror is dull to me, says Burt Potato. I watched a bit of that like way back in the day. I think it's more like a have fun with your mates kind of genre, right? Like, I did the bad thing. Now I got to go find that one again, right? In the stonecutter? Oh my god. I think I might be wise to find out the name of it before I do anything with the stonecutter, right? Let's make sure we don't lose track of what it is. There's a list of them on the wiki. It's a 3x3. I'll make it easier to get to. This one is called End Boss. So if we go, drop that in there, pull out the stonecutter. But, oh, there it is. Okay, we got lucky. We got lucky. We got lucky. That works. This is the end by Ghost, says Sad Noble's Form for the lyrics. Yeah, though the lyrics on that new record, particularly on that song, really stand out. I quite like that song. It's such a like gentle, sort of, I don't know, it feels like it's like almost like a song for kids in a way, or you know, it's got that gentleness to it, like talking about a dark topic. I kind of feel though maybe the idea was for it to feel sinister, because it is Ghost after all, right? I get this feeling like maybe what they were going for was actually to have like an eerie vibe, but they didn't quite pull it off. It's just the song's just a little too gentle. Ghost has a new album, they do. Do I like System of a Down? Of course, of course. I'm in System of a Down Classic, right? Oh, that's a really nice one. I like that one a lot. 2x2, 2x2, 3x3. So I feel like we're gonna do that and put the 3x3 in this space. Whoops. All that wasted concrete hidden behind the wall, eh? Let's get rid of these torches around here too. You love that Ghosts covered Candlemas once. Which Candlemas song did they cover? I know they do covers from time to time. I'm probably just ignorant because do you know what? Back in the day, I listened to like 3 or 4 Candlemas records on the blog, I'd say. It's like that Chevelle. When I was talking to Ren about Chevelle earlier, I was picturing it in my head. I was like, how many of their records did I go through? I definitely like listened to a couple and wrote about them on my blog. I really remember that. That was like post getting into Tool and just being like, okay, I now like this sound a lot more. Let's find more of it. What are we gonna do here? Put I need more of this stuff. If I middle click it, it comes out of the shulker box. Amazing. Amazing. I was building the other day, sorting out all the rooms in the basement, and then I was like, I've been middle clicking this stuff for ages. Like, how much have I got in my inventory? And there was like none. And I was like, oh yeah, it's the shulker box thing. Dang, that's cool. Favorite SOAD track? Good question. It'll probably be something off of Toxicity or the first album. Like I used to love that the kombucha mushroom people sitting around all day. But like it's one of those songs where like I've probably well and truly overplayed it. Like if it comes on now, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that one. Skip. There's a song on Toxicity that I think is it Science? Has failed on Mother Earth or something. There's a really moody song on that record. I'm not sure if it's Science or not, but it's like it's not at the beginning. It's a little further into the track listing, and it really hit. Oh, Aerials. It'd be Aerials. Aerials in the sky. That song is just wow. Though Sugar, yeah, that's the song. Really good song. Nu metal is such a weird little genre. Like it's so clowned on and hated on, and like it's supposedly died. Yet like a lot of metal's biggest sort of acts these days are from that era. Yo, have we got like one left over on the wall here? We've got space for one more. I don't recall having one more painting to put down. I might have misappropriated one somewhere. You overplayed Typo Negative way too much like a year ago. Dude, I love Typo Negative. I think you can like overplay, well, you can't overplay Dimmu Borgir, that's for sure. I know that. Trust me. Yeah, you can overplay stuff sometimes, but dude, Typo Negative are so my cup of tea. When I listen to them, I'm like, dude, if I'd have found this band back in the day, this would have been one of those like bands that all me and my mates were all into music, like would have absolutely bonded over, no doubt. There'd have been a hit, you know, there'd have been a riot. Have I heard Amon Amuth's version of Aerials? I haven't, but that would be an interesting listen, no doubt. They're a quality band. So here's what I'm kind of thinking. Oh wow, that was weird. I've got these in my hotbar apparently. Like putting a few benches around the place. Especially like opposite the art, I think would look really cool. Got to be selective with where they go though. And then in this area. That feels like too long of a bench though, so I should really get my axe. I kinda just want to throw in a few elements quickly because I know where we're going with this. Oh, that is absolute yuck, that one as well. That one's gonna get changed. No more than 4 blocks, I think. Can I do a Mr. Bean voice? I don't think I can. But I'm gonna try. I like to sit in the corner and look at the paintings. Okay, you can give me a rating on 0 to 10. I expect plenty of zeros and ones. Yeah, even 4 looks a little bit too wide, doesn't it? Anyways, there's that, then there's carpets, right? I'm going to chuck that in there for now, because we'll make use of that. Yeah, white concrete, go back in there. Yeah, pale oak, so white wall will make carpets. certainly not going to use those. Don't know if we're going to make use of glass. And then these things are going to go in here somewhere. You know, you see, like, some of your 5s and 6s, it wasn't very good, basically, was it? I'm not surprised. It's fine. Immediately, I can tell that that works. That's good. This is going to be an easy part. And I feel like it fills out the space pretty well, right? We'll figure out how it goes into that area. So then I feel like we're going to want some sort of block that complements the bush. And the composter would be... do you know what? I think it's going to be decorated pot. I think it's going to be decorated pot. This thing goes into there. That's better than I thought it would be. Might end up like... Well, I don't want to nudge the paintings too much, right? Might have to avoid some of that symmetrical impulse that we were talking about. Might have to avoid some of those. And then I think this is going to need something else with it. Like, it can't just be these on their own. So if I make that one block shorter, we'll put one on the side. The green is a vibe. Yes, it is. I think lights, end rods hanging from the ceiling or something like that is another... Oh, do you know what? When that's there, it'll look better. Maybe it should be over by one block. Whoops. You know that's going to happen more often than not, right? Nah. And then these things. This is going to be a little tricky to get right. But if we remember, we're trying to keep it like a distance of like 2 blocks away from the paintings most of the time. And it never has to be perfect. Sometimes imperfection can be really nice as well, because then your brain isn't spotting all of those little patterns and stuff. Yeah, I think that works. Maybe with one there. Or just take that out. No, it feels like that needs to be there. It's actually, like, it's not a lot, but it feels like it's come a long way. I think we're going to need to put banners on these walls in these blank spaces and stuff. Megan says your building skills are so good. Thank you. I really don't feel like I'm doing a lot, though. I feel like this is... the game's doing more of the work than I am here. You know, there's all this cool-looking stuff around already. But hey, I'll take a compliment, thank you. So yeah, I think the floor is done. However, I reckon there's room to make some really smart choices with the blocks. But this is where I prefer creative, because all of a sudden I want to swap out a lot of textures. So let me give you an example, right? I don't think this is the right texture. That one might be, but I could spend all day trying stuff, and if I had welded it, this would go a lot quicker. But I kind of feel something like that might help this thing pop out, or do the same thing in the ceiling. But at the ceiling level, yeah, that's not it. That's not it, but somewhere there might be a little wiggle room for that. Oh boy, this is not a good spot. Not a good spot. Golden Wings says, looks so cool. Thank you. Calcite stairs, slabs and walls. Oh gosh, if we had that, yeah. Yo, this has got some quirkiness here, like I think I can fix it. I think you need that, yeah, definitely. So yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. We powered through, got some paintings in place, and now we've got to deal with some blank spaces. But we can do that. We can get there. I'm going to do my very best not to move any of the paintings, because already I've got some instincts to change a few of them. Did I want to have a gap of 2 or 1? Is it? It's definitely a gap of 2. I'll try and stick to that. So here, that'll mean like this. Very cool. Funny thing, just want to let you know I raided your storage system in the Season 9 world download. There's a whole bunch of items there, yeah. I mean, can you really raid it if it's a copy? Who knows? Who knows? I don't write the rules. Right, my friends, I'm going to be streaming again in a couple of days. I have another variety stream planned for you. But based on how I feel, I might pop on here and continue with this project. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. For now, though, look at that. We're all tidied up and organised. If I take these things out of here, then whoever's passing through can at least enjoy that unhindered by these signs of construction. There's a gap of 3. Oh, that annoys me so much. There's a gap of 3 on that side. Whatever. We'll figure out all the details. We'll put in the end stones. That's the thing I forgot to do. The end stones. They're called end rods. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know where they would go. I don't think they would look good like that. Strangely, kind of looks like coat hangers. Strangely looks like that might work. Right, eye on the prize. It's time to wrap the stream up. Stop getting distracted by building. I believe Cub is live. Cub is live. Do you know what? Let's go do this the way we should do this. Let's find Cub. Let's find a Cub. Yeah, in a wall. Oh, right. Near the base? Let's see, let's see. If I do my voice, then Cub might hear me. But near the base, in a wall. Maybe we'll just get his chords. Yeah, what's this? What's this? This is like, what is that? What is that? Trees. Oh, is this something to do with the tree farm? I think this might have something to do with Efo's tree. This is a nice little decoration here. Whoa, that was, whew! I kept going. Yeah, this is such a beautiful build. Such a cool vibe in here. Dang. Hey, and Efo uses color theory, right, with his building? Oh, it hooks up to this spot here. That's super cool. Man is streaming. Where is Cub? Can you help me, chat, if he's streaming? Where is Cub? There's a creeper out here. That's not good. And there's a creeper on the wall. Burning zombie. He's in his house. He's in Casa de Cub fan. Oh, that's wrong. In between stone wall and grass. Well, I'm getting conflicting messages here. Pity the player locator feature isn't added yet. Actually, yeah, like that would make this a lot easier. Top wall across from Pearl's base. Over here then. We're looking for a cub fan. We're looking for a cub fan. Hide and seek with cub. I'm just going to send you over there on a regular raid. Oh, so I think I'm going to be here for ages. Right below me? Chat, you'd be trolling. You'd be trolling. Anyway, this is Cub's amazing base. If you want to see what he's up to. Apparently he's working on it, but I haven't figured out where. So, let's wrap it up. Hope you enjoyed it today, peeps. Hope you had a fantastic time. I am gonna chill out, I think, for the rest of the day. Maybe play a little guitar and then go to bed. It's been a jam-packed day. There's another one tomorrow. Dude, I've got to stop playing Minecraft and do the raid. God damn it. Can't disconnect from the computer all of a sudden. Let's set up the raid. Right, we're raiding Cub Fan. Thanks for watching today, peeps. I hope you had a really good time. And I will see you soon in another one. How about that, hey? How about that? Alright, the raid is going in chat. Thank you for your amazing support, people. See you again on Thursday for the next one. Similar sort of time as well. Alright.